Hi there. Today we're going to be working on my B7300 Kubota tractor. This thing is a great tractor, but look at the seat. The seat is in rough condition. So we're going to put a new seat on it. We're going to try it out. We're going to take it off the hinge here and see what we can get done with this thing. As any other time we're going to work on something that's kind of dirty like this and older, we're going to do our future selves a favor. We're going to spray a little WD-40 on it, let it soak for a couple minutes. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, getting low. There we go. Just had to hold the can right. I'm going to go ahead and get this. It's a little rusty. All right, I'm gonna go get the wrench or socket and get this thing off. Let's grab a set of tools. Let's grab a 12 millimeter. That's half. See, 12. While we're looking at these cobalts, I just want to point out, it almost looks like Lowe's is phasing cobalt out. I think that's rather special. Have a lifetime warranty and all of a sudden phase it out. Come on, Lowe's. Using a WD-40, it's already to the point where I can turn it out by hand. Again, same situation with the other side. We love it. When it's loose enough, you can turn it out by hand. There we go. In nearly every video you see me do, I nearly always put the bolts back in their original holes. And that way, when I go back to do the job, finish it up, I don't know, or I'm not asking, hey, where are the bolts at? No, they're exactly where they need to be, in the existing holes where they belong. There we go. We'll take this and we'll fix it up. That's what the underside looks like. It's pretty rusty. The tools away, give it a little shot of WD. Let's go take a look at our fire we're working with. There we go. That should do for a couple hours. Our seat's in the shop. It's time to get some measurements. First thing I want to do is measure in between the rails here. We got 4 5/8 inside. Okay, bolt center to center. Side to side is 7.5. From front to back, center to center, is 5.5. And last but not least, let's measure the back bolt to the front of the seat, which is around 9.5. I've got that written down. 4 5/8 inch inside bolt, center to center, side to side is 7.5. Bolt center to center, front to back is 5.5. And 9.5 inches back bolt to the front of the seat. Let's get a shot of goodness. Some WD-40 on each of these. This old seat was pretty rusty. That was pretty simple. I'm going to clean this up real quick. And I want to throw just a little bit of paint on here since there is a little bit of rust. We'll let that dry for a minute, and then we'll get started putting everything back together. Real quick, I wanted to talk about the original seat. It's a Michigan Seat Company seat. This new seat was purchased from Seat Warehouse. Something that I found interesting is after we already measured everything out, I actually found inside a container from the company, it tells you the mountings. It shows you which bolt holes, and if you look, it's exactly the same measurements we have. 7.5 by 5.5. 7.5 by 5.5. So that's pretty cool. So far, the only problem I've ran into is here, this is the bolts. They give you new bolts in the kit. So here's the bolts that would go towards the back. The front bolts are slightly shorter, but they don't thread in on either side. It's like the threads are bad in this thing. So I am going to have to drill and tap it, or not drill it, I'm just going to have to tap it out to the 5/8 or 5/16 by 18, which is the threads that it's got. Okay, I've got the tap, 5/16 by 18. I'm going to put some WD on. You should always lubricate when you tap. And there's just some binding in this, so I don't know what happened to it, but this is an easy fix. All right, that's all cleared out. And voila. So that works now. Let's move over to the other side. And that's all cleared out. I think I may be figuring out what's happened. Somebody may have had this seat and they sent it back, because look right here. There's some rust right here. I see some markings here where somebody may have tried to install it. And then up here, all of these bolt holes are rusty. These look good. This one's rusty. A little rust on that one. So not real sure. There's some markings here. That may have been from manufacturing. Mystery on why the front bolts did not go in. Both of the back ones work just fine. We are going to put a little bit of anti-seize on each of the bolts. Remembering the back bolts are slightly longer. Using a torque gun. I've got it down to level 1 so it doesn't over tighten. There you have it. That seat was pretty simple install. There is another slight difference in the seat. I'll flip it over and show you. The old seat, the Michigan Seat Company seat, had Kubota written on. That was original equipment. And it has a slightly lower back. So the new one has a higher back, which that may be more comfortable. And also the new one has a drain hole right here. Okay, next up we'll be putting this on the tractor and we'll see how it turns out. Welcome back, friends. We're ready to put our assembled seat from Seat Warehouse back onto the Kubota B7300. We've got our tools right here. I am going to WD-40 the slide mechanism, and there's our seat. There's our fire that I've been working on for days. That fire there has been going for, let's see, this is the 16th day. That was a massive stump. And you can see the progress just since you last seen it. Before we put everything back together, while it's nice and easy, we're going to throw some WD-40 in here. Work that back and forth. Both sides. Only one side's locking. That's this side. Work both back and forth. It'll certainly make the seat easier to move. And we're going to pull it forward so it's easy to put our bolts in. Here's our assembled seat. There's only 2 bolts that hold this. They're right here, and we'll pull these out real quick and drop that one. Let's see if I can drop this one too. All right, we're ready to go back together. I'm gonna grab the tool. These 2 bolts are gonna go through these 2 holes here and through the seat. Drop the seat in place. Hand tighten. Now we're able to flip the seat back. Socket and ratchet, and just tighten this thing down. Let's see how this thing operates. Oh yeah, and it looks really good. I'm gonna get on this thing and take it for a spin, but if I was Seat Warehouse, I'd come up with the slogan, Arby's may have the meats, but Seat Warehouse has the seats. The price of this seat is $164.95. Thanks for joining me on the B7300 Kubota reseating adventure. Until next time, stay cool because it's hot outside. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I appreciate it. I wanted to take the opportunity to thank Landon, Parker, and Rihanna for the gift of the seat for Father's Day 2020.